Today we're gonna be building an all-black gaming PC. We've got a few things to install onto the motherboard first. I've got a terabyte of the Kingston Fury M.2 SSD because we're never gonna use hard drives. Then I installed some Kingston Fury DDR5 RAM. I've built a lot of PCs in my life, but for some reason this took an enormous amount of pressure to push it into the slots. Now that the RAM is in there, we can finally install our Intel i7-13700K. To do that, you have to release this tensioning bar, pull this flap back, drop your CPU in, make a little prayer, and then push the tensioner bar back in place. And just like that, the motherboard is ready to go in and we're pretty much halfway done. Building an all-black gaming PC Part 2. We're gonna make some power plays and get this Gigabyte Z690 inside the case. But first we have to dismantle the CH510. With the case dismantled, it makes it really easy to install all the parts. The motherboard gets screwed down by 9 screws, and I totally screwed all of them in. A lot of people like to install the power supply last, but I like to do it now because it makes it a lot easier to install the rest of the parts. Before installing the power supply, make sure you have all the cables that you need already plugged in. We have all the power cables plugged in, and in the next part we're gonna complete this build. This is the final part of building an all-black gaming PC. Let's install the rest of the stuff. The first thing I did was screw in the radiator, and then I mounted the water block onto the CPU. And finally it was time for the graphics card, which I decided to vertically mount. Nice. Now I'm not gonna lie, this was actually very difficult, but I got it done in the end. Let's go, it booted up right away. This has to be my new favorite AIO. Shout out to Deepcool. Now all that's left is to install Windows.